Anyone who's followed me for a bit may or may not know that I'm a bit of a Kingdom Hearts nut. I love it! And every day that goes by where Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't announced, part of me dies. Just a fun fact to open the video with. Anyways, from the moment I played the first game on the PS2, I was hooked, and I was determined to follow this series to wherever it may go. Unless it went to handhelds, because then I would have to buy those, and I didn't really want to. So of course, besides the first and second installment, every other game in the series was released on some kind of handheld device, as if Square was trying to spite me. And it worked, especially when you showed off Birth by Sleep, a game I couldn't play because at the time, I didn't own a PSP. So, fuck you guys, I guess. See, I can be spiteful too. Doesn't feel good. But I put my spite aside after a couple of years and eventually picked up a PSP with Birth by Sleep and was very happy with my purchase, as Birth by Sleep is a fantastic game that you really should check out if you never had the chance to. It's like having one of the PS2 titles in the palm of your hand, and this is great foreshadowing, by the way, because before Birth by Sleep was slapped on a UMD thingy, it held roots on another platform. Also, beta stuff. So today on Gaming Mysteries, I'll be talking about the beta of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Now we got our first look at Birth by Sleep from a secret trailer that was placed at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. Of course, I had no idea it was going to end up being a PSP game at the time, so I jumped to the obvious conclusion and assumed that it was Kingdom Hearts 3, and my pretend Kingdom Hearts 3 looked pretty rad. The armor, all those keys, sand, it's everything I wanted out of Kingdom Hearts 3. And my delusions only became more grand when I saw the secret ending for Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix Plus, an ending that, for the record, I had to look up on the internet because Square doesn't love me enough to release Final Mix outside of Japan. And yes, I am still holding that grudge. I'm always going to hold that grudge. Anywho, the secret ending thing had fighting in it, more keys, and a bald man. I was ready for Kingdom Hearts 3 to take me right then and there. And then I found out that it wasn't Kingdom Hearts 3 and that it was a PSP game, and I got really pissy for a few years. Now, development of Birth by Sleep started in 2005, and it was originally intended to be a PlayStation 2 game, with Sora as a prototype protagonist. After half a year of development went by, the story for the at-the-time PS2 version was complete, but development of the project was halted when development of Rechain of Memories began. Way to screw things up. That game with the cards. By the time they actually got around to developing the title again, they decided to move it over to the PSP to make use of its multiplayer capabilities, which I just have to say, I don't give two fucks about the multiplayer for Kingdom Hearts, and I'm really disappointed this didn't stay a PlayStation 2 game. If it had, I would have never have gotten pissy about about other stuff, but not this. I would have never had to purchase a PSP, and the world would be a better place because of these things. And as much as I appreciated Rechain of Memories, I will set that game on fire for a PS2 version of Birth by Sleep. So there you have it, Square. My offer is on the table. That's pretty much it as far as its PS2 routes go, as I couldn't really dig up any more information. So now we move on to removed content. Now, what is probably the most notable piece of removed content is the Jungle Book world. Originally, the Jungle Book was to appear in the game as a full area that you could explore. You know, like the other areas, but it was omitted for reasons I can't find. Despite it being removed, you can still access the world through the magical art of cheating. While you can access it, the areas themselves are incomplete, with the exception perhaps being the throne room. The other parts of the world are noticeably more incomplete, as seen by the lack of textures and everything else that would make an area worth exploring. It's a shame this area didn't appear in the game, as more areas means more fun. And although I'm not entirely sure of why it was removed, by the looks of it, it was probably a last-minute decision to remove it due to some time constraints. Granted, that's just speculation on my part, but it seems like that could be the reason. Let's just go with my speculation. While looking at some early trailers of Birth by Sleep and comparing them to the final product, you'll notice that there are a number of cutscenes that take place in different areas, and other cutscenes and lines that were removed altogether from the game, as seen from this very handy video from Keytotruth, which I'm going to have a link for this video in the description of my video, as I found the differences fascinating. The scenes that simply take place in different areas don't interest me as much as the removed scenes. There's one that shows Terra watching a young Sora and Riku sword fighting, and removed lines of dialogue like Ventus asking Aqua to erase him. While on the subject of removed content, it's worth mentioning that a Keyblade by the name of Lightseeker was to be equipable for Ventus, but was removed because I have no fucking clue. But much like with the Jungle Book, this weapon can be accessed through cheating. Keyblades aside, in the Deep Space world, Pleakley was to make an appearance, though he was removed for unknown reasons, his model left in the coding for the game without textures. The Mirage Arena, an area I could not be any more indifferent towards if I tried, was originally supposed to have a story element to it, and was to feature Laguna from Final Fantasy VIII as head of the arena, though specifics of what the story would be are unknown. The reason this was removed, though, was because while working on Birth by Sleep, the team was also planning Dissidia 012 Final Fantasy, which, it just occurred to me that Square Enix named some of their games some pretty dumb shit. Oh, but they were planning that Dissidia game thing, and they wanted Laguna to be in it, though they didn't want Laguna to be in both games, and so he was ultimately left out of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. The last quote-unquote interesting tidbit is about censorship. Horrid, awful censorship. The design of the back of Aqua was left ambiguous for some time due to Nomura being unsure of how he wanted the final product to look. Up until 2009, the back was left exposed. But this was altered because apparently backs are sexy and we wouldn't want the kids to see backs and get funny ideas. That would scar them for life. My apologies go out to everyone with a back fetish. Sorry guys. But that is the beta of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Not as many interesting things when compared to the other games, but I worked with what I could find. All in all, nothing too important was removed from the game, excluding the Jungle Book level, as that's important. It's an actual area you can explore, and probably Aqua's back or something like that. Really though, I'm just disappointed that this wasn't a PlayStation 2 game, because if it was, it may have been a bit more grand, like a PlayStation 2 game. With that said, Birth by Sleep is one of the most impressive games for the PSP, and it is a lot of fun, so I suppose I really shouldn't bitch about it too much. But I will continue to bitch about the Final Mix thing and Kingdom Hearts 3, because everyone needs a hobby, or in my case, another one. This has been Gaming Mysteries. Thanks for watching. Welcome back, everyone, to Endslate. Today's a very special episode of Endslate, because it's not going to be as long as the other ones, because I kind of feel like shit. As you may have been able to tell through the video, I'm sick. My doctor said it was allergies. Turns out it was pneumonia. How the fuck did you get your license for doctoring? Seriously, I'm genuinely curious about that. So yeah, this won't be as long, so you get off easy. Next time, though, prepare yourself. In any case, 2 videos that I'm throwing your guys' way. One, well, they're both gaming mysteries. See, I just did a gaming mysteries in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and I hope you enjoyed the video, by the way. So I'm going to recommend to you 2 other gaming mysteries about Kingdom Hearts games. One is about the beta of the original Kingdom Hearts, and the other is about the beta of Kingdom Hearts 2. These are videos that I've done, and I'm linking to them. So if you want to watch them, you can click on them. And as far as what it says on the bottom of the screen, you know, do what you want. You could have 5 video or hugs. Hugs are still on the table. I think I mentioned that before. So if you can figure that out, go for it. Better yet, find me medicine. You know, subscription, you know, that's great. Views, fine. Liking the video, great. I need medicine. But I don't trust my doctor. She thought this was allergies. How do you fuck that up? I've been taking allergy medicine for like a month now. Pneumonia didn't go away. So yeah, medicine. If you can find that, that'd be cool. But yeah, this has been Endslate. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Endslate. Who knows what video it's gonna be in? Ooh, spook. I'm gonna sleep.